on off of Highway 1 speaking to Joey and Eve. And I was asking you a question, and I wanted to hear from your own words what you said. There was a day, do you remember when this happened? And there was a day when, who was it, Rangers or police or someone from the city?
It was Santa Cruz Police Department, but they were dressed in sheriff
or
like a ranger.
Were they brown?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were rangers, but they had the police SCPD. Or
yeah, and,
okay.
and then there was some Santa Cruz police people escorted those people out here. So it was the ranger that could have this sheriff. I mean the police, but they're not really police, but they are. But the Santa Cruz PD was actually escorting those rangers.
And how long ago was this? In about a week or
probably
two ago?
about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago. Maybe.
Okay, something like that.
Right, yeah, definitely 2.5 weeks ago.
All right. So, what did they say? What was the thing they asked you if you wanted to be in?
They came up to everybody, and I thought they were looking for people because they had the brown on. They were like sheriffs, and I know that sheriffs would come out to be looking for people that have warrants. Maybe they were looking for it, but they were like being cordial, asking questions. Maybe that's what made me look like thinking they were looking for someone that was specific for a warrant. But then they moved. They came over to the tents because they parked right here by the opening of River Street sign, "Welcome to Santa Cruz downtown," and Ocean Street and the shelter. So they parked their truck right there, two of them, by the shoulder of the road, and they got out right here. So that's why it made me think they were just going after one person or for a warrant. But then they were they were asking questions, and then they go, "Okay, thank you." Then they walked up to this area right where I was helping this lady here, move her things around and get out. And so she was. They came up. They go, "We're doing a survey." I go, "Oh, you're doing a survey? Well, what is it? What do you? It's just a yes or no question. Would you take housing?"
And what did you say?
I don't know if he said if offered, but he said, "Would you take housing?" I go, "Well, anybody in their right mind would say yeah if they want, but I would live in a teepee. I don't need four walls. I don't need a house. No." So, but he goes, "Well, would you take a housing if you were offered to you?" And I said, "Well, it depends on what the stipulations are. You can't have anybody there."
And
what
are
are the rules? I mean, so I don't want to live somewhere where I can't have people over there, and I don't want to be restricted into a little cave or behind bars. I'd be housed and I could be in jail, But I didn't say that. I thought that, but I didn't say that. And so I go, well,
what did they say?
It's just a yes or no question. I go, "Would you want housing?" I go, "Well, anybody in their right mind would, but I'd like to live in a teepee." So I'd have a house, but I'd live in the backyard in a teepee.
So you said, but you wanted, yes, you would.
Yes, I would.
But you want to know the regulations.
Yeah, and then he said thank you, and walked away.
Did he ask you for your name or put down your name?
No, maybe there was somebody else around here. Maybe somebody else wanted to do it, but he didn't. There was nobody here that you could see. There wasn't really anybody here, but he did. And I asked him some questions about, well, what is the housing? I mean, this is just a survey to see if people want housing. Obviously, they would. I mean, but he just said, "Well, it's just a survey. We want to know if people would take it. Would this help us get some housing? How would it give us?" Because after they walked down to the rest of the tracks, they came back and I asked them, "Can this help us get housing? How is it going? Is there funding for it? Is there a state? What is this for? You're doing a survey, so you give this to the state or the federal government, and you go, yeah, people need housing. Duh, no, I want to live in a teepee." They just want to do a percentage of what people want to live in a teepee and how many people want to live here, or how many people want to live in a wooden structure, or how many people want to live in their car, because there you would get different answers.
Right.
So I don't know what happened. So I said, I go, how is the funding going for that? Is there some? And he goes, well, yeah, we're just doing a survey. We're going to give this to the. He didn't say the state or the people, just the police doing it. Because they were the Rangers, so they didn't really give me a specific thing of who they were doing it for.
Got it.
It was just them. So if you need housing, it might be, we'll put you in jail. If it's the jail people, or we'll give you housing, we'll get funding. They'll get the money and they'll go, well, maybe we'll give it to you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
To put housing. Thank you.
Yeah.
My name's Joey.
Thank you.
Miller, and I love my Father in heaven and Jesus Christ and this lady right here at Evie.
Thanks, Joey.